现在啊，不少单位都开始统一收护照了。
These days, a lot of workplaces are starting to collect passports, constantly stressing record transparency and proper procedures.
With the Chinese Communist Party further tightening exit controls, obtaining a passport has become unusually difficult in some areas, prompting widespread complaints from Chinese netizens.
I
feel like getting a passport nowadays is harder than climbing to the sky. I felt like a suspect going in for questioning. The lady at the immigration office just asked me where I was going. I said Thailand, and then she told me to go ask a police officer. Huh? I was kind of panicked. Why did I have to go to the station? When I got there, the officer asked for my ID, glanced at it, and said I'm too young. Getting a passport will be a bit difficult. Really? No way, I'm 22. I should be old enough to marry and have kids, right? Then he asked if my parents knew. I said yes. To verify, he had my dad make a call. He held my ID and asked, "Are you Liu Yunda's father?" My dad said yes. "Are you aware Liu Yunda is going to Thailand?" My dad said yes. Then he went on, basically saying if I can avoid going, I shouldn't. After the call, he asked what I do for work. I said I'm in social media. He asked which platform. I said Douyin. Then he asked my name and started searching my account. I felt so awkward. Honestly, I decided I'm not getting this passport. I'm not going, and Thailand, forget it. You know what? People in so many places really go all out to make things hard for others with their little bit of power. I'm a student trying to get a passport. Everyone knows a passport is like an ID. It's a basic right for every citizen, but they refuse to issue it, asking for a bank statement, proof of income. I want to ask, I don't have a job, but my parents have money. Can I just go travel? Can I get a passport? It's pure bullying. I went 3-4 times and still no passport. Nowadays, life's already tough. Ordinary people have so few options, and just when you finally try to make a move, they block you. It's just too much. There's no need for this kind of bullying. It's way over the line. I've heard that in many places, getting a passport has become really difficult. Now they want all kinds of proof and documents. It's getting more and more complicated. In some sensitive regions, passport control is strict. Exit is restricted. Some people use their passport once, and when they return, their local household registration cancels it. For a while, they can't go abroad at all. Places like Fujian, Jiangxi, Henan, Hunan, Liaoning, certain areas there are very strict about issuing passports. Seriously, customs checks for going abroad are way too strict now. Just now, it took over an hour in the room before they let me out. For anyone hesitating about getting a passport, don't wait. It's only getting harder. In many regions, an invitation letter is treated as mandatory. Getting a passport should be a basic right, but in reality, approvals are stricter and stricter. You can't just decide to get one. Don't get hung up on visas. Many people don't even have their passport in hand. Either they can't get it, or their workplace collects it. In recent years, Chinese authorities have steadily tightened exit controls, extending restrictions to the AI sector. Sources report that executives at private tech companies such as Alibaba and DeepSeek, along with top AI professionals, now require official approval to travel abroad, with some having their passports confiscated and held by authorities. On June 1st, Voice of America reported that a help-seeking post on a popular North American Chinese forum attracted over 50,000 views and more than 100 comments within 24 hours. The post's author explained that her nephew, a Stanford University computer science graduate, who had previously worked at Google and Meta for over a decade, returned to China 2 years ago. He was employed at a well-known Chinese university and also served as a consultant for a company. In previous summers, he had been able to return to the US to visit family without issue. This year, however, when requesting leave, he was asked to surrender his passport. Authorities cited his status as a key national talent, meaning international travel required special approval. One comment suggested this was not an isolated case. One of my family members also had to turn in their passport, labeled as a national reserve talent. There's even a list of countries they are forbidden to visit, and the US is on it. This just happened recently. Last year, travel was fine. The original poster added that several other returnees had received similar notices, causing widespread concern. One even remarked that, if necessary, they might have to sneak across the border to return home. Another user quipped, "The minds of the smart are like the money of the wealthy, state property. Individuals merely hold it temporarily. The state can requisition it at any time." These discussions, tinged with dark humor, reflect anxiety with overseas Chinese communities over Beijing's latest talent control policies. As US-China competition in technology intensifies, artificial intelligence has become a core area tied to national security and industrial competitiveness. The news comes amid Beijing's increased oversight of the AI sector. According to sources, authorities have raised AI technology and related corporate activities to a level considered a potential threat to national security. It's not just the technology itself, one source said. The movement of R&D personnel and company executives is now under scrutiny as well. A contact close to China's Ministry of Commerce indicated that the authorities now view certain foreign AI firms as direct competitors, elevating related matters to national security concerns. Officials believe that AI companies handle sensitive data, technology, and information. If controlled by foreign entities, this poses potential security risks. DeepSeek has previously faced restrictions on employee travel. In March 2025, US tech news outlet The Information cited sources saying DeepSeek management prohibited certain employees involved in AI model development from traveling abroad. In response to setbacks in the AI sector, Chinese authorities have begun creating large numbers of so-called technical hostages, simultaneously recruiting talent while tightening exit controls. Reports indicate that over the past 2 years, sites across China have launched reserve talent recruitment programs. For example, a recruitment notice issued in March 2026 by Xuhu District in Shanghai targeted top overseas returnees with master's and doctoral degrees from foreign universities, offering competitive salaries and promising assistance with housing and residency registration. Applicants were required to have graduated from a top 100 global university, with master's candidates under 27 and doctoral candidates under 30. Bloomberg noted that while the Chinese government aims to protect AI technology and prevent intellectual property leakage through exit restrictions, these measures may also hinder companies' ability to recruit and retain talent, forcing AI engineers early in their careers to choose between staying in China or pursuing opportunities abroad. In fact, as early as 2025, authorities have begun broadly implementing passport confiscation. In China, it's long been common for government officials and executives as state-owned enterprises to surrender passports. Initially, the policy targeted officials at the department level and above. Today, passports of all grassroots civil servants, public nurses, and primary and secondary school teachers have been collected. A recently leaked application form from Wugan, Hunan, shows that citizens seeking to travel abroad must obtain stamps from 5 different authorities, including the local village or township police station, the Public Security Bureau, and the Anti-Fraud Office. The entire process has effectively become a full political vetting mechanism. Beyond its complexity, the application itself places heavy burdens on applicants. Applicants must not only state the purpose of travel, but also provide bank statements, social security records, and even a full year of WeChat and Alipay transaction histories, along with all registered phone numbers and bank accounts. This exposes both personal finances and social connections. In practice, many people fail to complete the process. Some get stuck in the approval chain, while others are told to wait indefinitely with no explanation, effectively restricting their ability to leave the country. In short, international travel has shifted from an administrative service into a tool of control that can be blocked at any level. Surrendering passports amount to a form of soft detention. A veteran teacher posted a video questioning why ordinary frontline educators, who are neither government officials nor handle sensitive information, face such difficulty traveling abroad for holidays.
公民出入境自由啊，为何到了基层一线教师这里？
Citizens are supposed to be free to travel, so why does it look so different for frontline teachers? I know some young teachers who bring back what they've seen abroad to their schools, making classes more fun and broadening students' horizons. It's such a beautiful and meaningful thing, but why do ordinary teachers have to hand in their passports? Why do they have to apply and go through layers of approval to go abroad? They're neither leaders nor handling classified information, so why is it so hard for them to travel? I really don't get it.
山东的朋友有吗？山东的朋友们，你们跟我说一。
Any friends from Shandong? Tell me, is it really that hard there now? We had a client from Shandong recently. He's a teacher. He said his passport has been handed in and he can't even keep it himself. How could it be so strict for teachers?
Under the video, some users commented, China's reform and opening up has been nearly 50 years. Do some still want to confine teachers within the country? As an old saying goes, if you hadn't seen the world, how can you have a world view? How can teachers without a worldview educate generations of Chinese citizens to engage the world?
哎，你还没有办护照吗？手上还没有办护照的，抓紧时间。
Haven't got your passport yet? If you don't have one in hand, hurry up and get it. In many places, they're already requiring an invitation letter just to issue a passport. Even though getting a passport is a basic right for citizens, in many provinces, it's not that simple anymore. It's getting harder and harder. So don't wait until you're complaining about visas. Many people can't even get their passport, or it's taken by their workplace. If you can, you need to be aware of this. I also suggest getting a passport from another country as a backup. Liu Xiaonan, a resident of Zhongyi in Guizhou, told overseas media that local controls are extremely strict. People who frequently travel to Europe, the US, or Japan have recently been forced to surrender their passports. Even more extreme, upon returning to China, they may be summoned by local police for questioning, with detailed records taken about their overseas activities. A long-term overseas Chinese posted on social media that his registered residence, Wudu District in Longgang, Gansu Province, had notified certain residents to hand in their passports for temporary safekeeping by authorities. Any future travel abroad requires advance reporting and official approval. He said that despite not having lived in China for many years, he was still included in this management. He added that local officials provided no clear legal basis for the passport collection, nor specified how long the passports would be held, leaving him confused and anxious. He noted, "I want to highlight sensitive regions for passport processing. It's widely known that visa approval rates in some areas, like Fujian and Henan, are very low because their applications are considered sensitive. With China's economic slowdown making it difficult for young people to find jobs, traveling abroad has become an alternative option for many. Some hope to improve their qualifications and competitiveness through studying overseas, while others plan to work abroad. For young people, the obstacles are more than just high costs of plane tickets. Obtaining a passport has become increasingly difficult." Maya Wang, Deputy Director for Asia at the Human Rights Watch, wrote on X, "Leaving one's country is a universally recognized basic right, yet in recent years, the Chinese government has increasingly restricted this right, whether targeting Uyghurs or professionals in the AI sector." A mainland Chinese lawyer also posted on Weibo, calling for the protection of freedom of movement as a fundamental citizen's right, urging the state to implement it genuinely. Recently, Chinese writer Mu Rong-shu-kun, exiled in Australia, told Voice of America that such practices have happened in the past and will continue in the future. Treating people as assets, even as raw materials, a brick or a screw, is a mindset this regime has never changed. Taiwan University professor Hung Chen-fu pointed out that China is returning to a Mao-era, closed-door internal control, external defense approach. Hung said that confiscating passports from teachers, civil servants, executives in state enterprises, or banks reflects a mindset accelerating China's isolation. He noted that the pattern is traceable. Around 2022, a research team under the Chinese Academy of Social Sciences Institute of Chinese History published a long article justifying the Ming and Qing dynasties' closed-door policies, claiming that such isolation had its rationality and necessity, a form of self-imposed limits to safeguard the nation. In other words, amid rising international geopolitical tensions and worsening U.S.-China relations, the Chinese Communist Party considers self-imposed limits necessary, requiring officials within the system to strengthen their sense of the bigger picture and political awareness to prevent infiltration by so-called foreign hostile forces and avoid the leakage of state secrets or talents that could threaten national security. At the same time, China's economic slowdown has undermined middle-class confidence, prompting authorities to curb domestic capital flight. According to estimates from the Institute of International Finance, Chinese residents sent a record $807 billion abroad in 2025. Large inflows of Chinese capital and families into cities like Tokyo, Singapore, and Sydney have also driven up real estate prices. These residents are not only transferring savings overseas, but also preparing for potential future immigration. These figures are more than just ordinary capital flow data. They serve as undeniable evidence that a country is being collectively abandoned by its own people and capital, effectively voting with their feet. Regarding measures to control capital outflows, Hung said the CCP is also concerned that if confidence among insiders collapse, the loyalty to Xi Jinping's regime and the Chinese system will weaken, leading to continued personnel and capital flight. He added bluntly, "In fact, You're accelerating your so-called internal collapse because your internal problems remain unresolved.